Hello, it's Linda from Sticky with Glitter, and I'm here today to show another mini album with you. I call this my grown-up mini album because it's a proper one now, rather than the ones that I've been playing with before. It's a proper chipboard mini. And I will own up and say this isn't the first one that I made. I've been playing with them a lot, which is why you haven't seen me lately learning how to make them. So this is the first one that I made. I won't show you all that today, but I will show it to you at another time. And then this one is very similar in style to this one here. So this was like my practice run. And again, I will show this to you at another time, and I will be giving one of these mini albums away as part of my Blogversary candy, along with some stamps and paper pads and things, and I have been sorting that out, so that will be going up soon. So this is actually the third, what I call proper grown-up mini album, that's my hair there, sorry, that I've made. And I made this for a work friend for her daughter to take as a gift to a wedding that she's going to. She wanted vintage, so I thought the vintage wedding papers from Peon would be perfect for it, so that's what I've used throughout the album. I'm not going to go over items too much with you today because I've put links to the majority of them on my blog, and the link to my blog is down below. I used a tutorial from my sister's scrapper to make this, and I've put the link to the tutorial below as well for you if you want to have a go at making one yourself. It is really easy, or I found it really easy to make. I adjusted the sizes a little, and I also, and I'll get to that when I go onto the pages, I adjusted the pages so that instead of the pocket being on the top, it's at the side, but I'll show you that when I get to the pages. So this is a chipboard mini. It's chipboard covered with cardstock and then design paper, and it measures around 6.5 or 6 3/4 by 5.5, 5 3/4, and the spine is about 2.25 inches. So this front is a piece that's 12 by 12 paper. I thought the wedding bells was perfect for it with the flowers. And these little butterflies are cut from the 6 by 6 paper. I edged all my papers, but not the album and the pages, with walnut stain distress ink. So I added some flowers to the front and leaves, and this Prima Pearl bling. And that's actually cut out of a large piece. I do that a lot with my bling. The bling that you buy is beautiful and it's very expensive, and it's very large. And I find for cards and smaller projects, for me personally, when I like to add other stuff, it's a bit large. So I cut it into pieces and then move it around and use it how I want it. And actually it means that I very often get 2 or 3 projects out of one piece of bling, depending on what I'm doing. So this is bling that I'd used on another, I think I actually used it on another mini album, and I had the majority of it left, and I used it on the front of my mini album here. The back is fairly plain, same paper as the front but without the bells, and I added a little die cut here. Spell binders secured with a couple of little crystal brads which were in my stash, and before I give it, I will put the date of the wedding on the back here on a little piece that's part of the die cut. Excuse me. And here I've actually mounted the design paper onto a bit of craft, and then onto the ivory cardstock. I did the same for the front as well. And for the spine, I love this. This is rose organza trim from Ribbon Girl, and honestly I love this stuff, and I never use it on my cards because I just don't think it looks right with the designs that I use. I see it on other people's cards and I love it, and it was just absolutely perfect for the covering the spine of this album. It wouldn't look right on every mini album, but for a wedding mini album, I thought it looked perfect. And I've attached some charms with one of these little Tom Holtz fasteners. It's like a brad that goes through, and then I covered up the pieces on the inside. And a little piece of chain and some jump rings, attached some pearls, and then some charms from Dies to Die For and the Ribbon Girl. So we've got a little lock and key, heart-shaped lock and key, a little church, butterfly, because the paper's got some butterflies on it, and a and a heart. Very topical charms. Okay, that's the front. So, to move on to the inside, let's try and keep this, and I do apologise for the light. When I started this morning, there was enough light coming through the window. It was lovely and sunny out there, and so I didn't set up my lights because I thought the light would be fine. And now, of course, it's overcast, so I do hope that it doesn't come out too ghastly. So for my inside front cover, I used some of the 12x12. I've used a mixture of the 12x12 and the 6x6 papers throughout the mini album, and as I say, I've put links to all of the pages that I used on my blog. So this is cut out from, I think, the tags page, I'm not sure, but as I say, they're all linked there. And it says to have and to hold from this day forward. And I popped in some little tags, and I just backed them onto some ivory cardstock to make them a bit more sturdy, and just add a little bit of organza ribbon to these ones, a little bit of antique looking lace to this one, and this lace was a present from my friend Maya, so thank you, Maya. And they just pop in. I made a little pocket from that piece, mounted on some ivory cardstock. The photos here are from the 6x6 paper, and you'll see I've used some of the bigger photographs, vintage ones, from the 12x12 paper as photo mats later in the album. Just covered up the blank space with a little bit of lace here. So on my first pocket page, I just edged here with a little punch, UK Success one, I think that was. And then cut out some more butterflies from the 6x6 paper. This is 6x6 paper as well, pretty paper. And then we have a photo mat, and I've just kept all of my photo mats plain on the back. And you can either put a photo or journaling, whichever you prefer. For the large size, you actually put a photograph. And then one of the vintage images, and again plain on the back. Now this, I have bought a new toy, and it is an envelope punch board, and I'm addicted to it now. It's so much fun to make lots of little envelopes for all sorts of things. This is the smallest size that it makes. It's a gift card size envelope, so you can put a gift card in it if you want. I just glued a little flower onto the front of it there. And on the inside I used another sentiment like this one. I just trimmed it down a bit. I don't know if you can read what that says. And it's just got a nice little message on it. And there's room in the envelope as well if you wanted to pop something else in there. Excuse me, my voice is going. And then on the side, as I said, I adjusted the pages so that they, instead of opening on the front, they opened on the side. And then they just slide in, as I say, blank on the back. Some trim here so that the piece that sticks out looks pretty. And I used a different bling on the other side. This is Prima, and it was a big border, a big kind of crisscross border. And I just, again, cut it to pieces and used the little pieces on my photo mats. I just left this page as it was. I thought the picture was lovely. just a frame, so you could put a small photo in there if you wanted to, or a spot of journaling, or glue something on there, some memorabilia. For the, so let's just clean that down a bit. For the pieces in between the pages, I just used the 6x6 borders. So for here, again, more photo mats, and these are the vintage photographs. They had vintage pictures and vintage photographs, and I used both 3 of one and 3 of another, and I just interspersed them, so there's a picture, photo, picture, photo, picture, photo. And then this is just cut with a Dynamics oval doily. I just thought that went quite nicely, and they could either use that as another photo mat. Sorry, I'm out of shot there. There's another photo mat, or they could put some journaling on there if they wanted to. And then on the side here, if you can see, these little stamps are from the 6x6 paper. I don't know whether I can get them in shot with this awful light. Teach me not to bring my lights down, but it's just such a pain to set everything up. I thought the natural light would be great today, but sadly it ran away. So again, another photo mat there. This page I left blank again because it had a beautiful picture of the bride there. And the light colour paper means that if you wanted to, you could do some journaling there. And apologies, that's phone, that will be my mum phoning. I will have to phone her back once I'm finished filming this. And then this side I have some Prima flower and a little piece, excuse me, let that go. And a little piece of bling here that was just left over actually. I just had a little piece of stalk and a couple of leaves left over from some bling that I had ages ago, and I can't even remember which it was. Again, more photo mats, and this was from one of the 12x12 sheets of, I think it was on the tags maybe, and I thought that made a nice journaling spot. Another large photo mat, and these photo mats measure 4 3/4 by 6, so as you can see they will take quite a large photograph. You won't have to do much trimming at all on those. And then this page has got little rosebuds all over it, and I just trimmed a little bit of pearls at the top, so you can put quite a large photo on that. And then for this page, some pearl and Diamante bling here. Another photo mat, a vintage photograph, and yes, another envelope. This one I made a bit bigger and just left it empty so they could just put some memorabilia in there, or if they wanted to put a bit of journaling in there. But there are lots of spots for journaling. You might want to put some, I don't know, petals from the bouquet or message from someone or whatever. Another photo mat. And then lovely wedding bouquet on that, and again with the light colour paper you could do some journaling on there, or you could have a photograph. Yeah, another doily. These are little self-adhesive pearl hearts. Another photo mat, another photograph, picture, vintage picture there with the horseshoes. This is cut from the 12x12 paper. I hope you can see it properly. It's like a marriage certificate, very decorative one. I thought that was quite nice. It would make a nice journaling spot. You could stick a photograph over it if you wanted to cover up the paper, but I thought the paper was really pretty, and obviously there is room for a photograph on the back. This paper, I think this is a 6x6 paper. and it's got vintage brides on it, some engagement and wedding rings and various wedding themed stuff on there. And again, you could put some journaling on there if you wanted to. Another Prima flower and another piece of that leftover bling that I used. More photo mats. And again, this was another cut out piece. It just says marriage license there, and lots of room for journaling there. And another photo mat, some nice lace across the top there. And on my final page, I use the same paper that I used for the front cover, but this is just a 6x6 version. And then more lace here, and yes, I used my envelope punch board again. Just secured that with a magnet closure, which is hidden under this piece of bling here. And inside this are just some places for journaling. These are the memory notes, some of the memory notes, which I haven't linked because it was just a gift, so I thought they would be nice to pop in there. And so that's it. That is my wedding mini album. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see pictures, there are still pictures of the pages on my blog. So you can go and have a look at those if you want to. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back for another share with you soon. Bye bye.